Only Murders in the Building Season 2 is an American mystery comedy drama television series created by Steve Martin and John Hoffman. The 10-episode first season premiered in Hulu in August 2021. The plot follows three strangers played by Steve Martin, Martin Short and Selena Gomez with a shared interest in true crime podcast. The series has received critical acclaim for its comedic approach to crime fiction, as well as the performances and the chemistry amongst the lead performers. In the second season, which premiered in June 2022, the trio find themselves becoming suspects in a bloody murder of another building resident. The series has received numerous accolades, including nominations for Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series and for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series for Steve Martin and Martin Short. In July 2022, the series was renewed for a third season. The cast includes Steve Martin as Charles Hayden Savage, a semi-retired actor who was the star of the popular 1990s detective drama TV series Brazos. He lives in 14C at the Arconia. Martin Short as Oliver Putnam, a financially struggling Broadway director who spawns the idea of the podcast and becomes its director. He lives in 10D at the Arconia. And Selena Gomez as Mabel Mora, a young artist who lives in 12E at the Arconia, a refurnished unit that she's renovating for her aunt. New additions to the cast include Cara Delevingne as Alice Banks, Mabel's love interest who works at the art studio called the Third Arm Gallery, as well as Michael Rapaport as Detective Cripps, a police detective on Bunny's murder. And reprising her role from the first season, Tina Fey plays Cindy Canning, the host of a true crime podcast, All Is Not Okay, in Oklahoma, as well as her new podcast, Only Murderers in the Building. Nathan Lane also reprises his role as Teddy Demis, an Arconia resident in apartment 6B, a deli chain owner and old friend of the patron of Oliver's. Now, I was terribly excited to see that Season 2 was being released, as I really thoroughly enjoyed Only Murders in the Building Season 1 so much, and I'm happy to say that this season keeps up the same quality and meets the bar that the first season had raised so high. This season loses none of its core charm and wit, and it just makes it such an enduring and wonderful show, with fantastic chemistry from the three leads. Now, obviously, you'd expect Steve Martin and Martin Short to have great chemistry. They're great friends and have been working together for years and years. But it always astounds me just how well Selena Gomez fits in within the odd couple trio, as it were. And they just work so well. And that's what makes the show really stand out, is that all the actors look like they're just having so much fun. Steve Martin revealed recently in an interview that this would likely be his final acting role, as he did not intend to seek out additional roles or cameo appearances once production on this series concluded. But in saying that, though, Steve Martin is absolutely superb here, and what I love about him in this role is that he almost underplays it. He definitely is the straight man comedian to the over-the-top, boisterous Oliver Putnam, played here by the fantastic Martin Short, who describes himself as having that little bit of extra personality. Of course, the two play off each other so well, as they just understand their comedic timing perfectly. But like I said, it's Gomez that really sort of fits in here. She's an interesting actress for me. She's never really been an actress with great range or great sort of vocal ability in her portrayals. But here, I really feel she's grown into the role of Mabel. And I think it's because of the fantastic writing and the fantastic cast that have got such great dynamics that she just sort of breathes new life into this character and really just adds to the show perfectly. This really is a show where old meets new, intertwining the modern elements like podcasting and social trends with the old world murder mystery set in a beautifully old New York building. And for me, this really almost plays out like an Agatha Christie novel. It really works on the premise of who did it right until the last episode, even gathering all the potential suspects into one room so you can work out who actually committed the crime. In many ways, the show plays out like a theatre production as well, from the overacting of Martin Short to just the staging and production of it. I just love that element of that theatrical touch, as it were. This really is just a feel-good show, intriguing and just wonderful, with some fantastic sets, well-written, fantastic acting, and great and mysterious story that keeps you guessing and wondering just exactly what's going to happen next. Cara Delevingne plays Alice Banks here, Mabel's love interest in the second season, and usually I find her quite an annoying actress, but even in this show she is completely charming and really fits well, just a testament to the great writing and directing. Tina Fey is great once again as Cindy Canning, reprising her role from the first season as the rival podcaster, and the little cameos spread throughout the show are just wonderful to see, and it was fantastic to see Shirley MacLaine once again on our screens. I haven't seen her in so long. Also, the casting of lesser-known actors and Broadway actors really just gives this show an authentic feel to a real-life New York feeling. Once again, New York and the fictional Arconia building play such a big part within the whole show and the feeling of the show. They really just add to the narrative. It's superbly written, beautifully acted, fantastic chemistry from all the leads, while intertwining wonderful new elements and old school elements under the idea of the famous murder mystery plot theme. I'm happy to say Only Murders in the Building Season 2 is just as good as Season 1, and I cannot wait for Season 3. Only Murders in the Building Season 2 gets a 9.5 out of 10.